again going to talk to you about something that your department is really the nodal ministry for, and perhaps you're going to be the man who will usher in this big reform in the country, and everybody is looking at you for that. FDI and retail. Everybody has been talking about it. Various reports seem to suggest that the cabinet note has been prepared. There is a company of secretaries meeting on this. Can I put it on the record and ask the man who's responsible for it, where are we on FDI and retail?
There have been intense stakeholders consultations, not on a draft policy document. It was a discussion paper. But they have brought in the industry, the farmers, the communities, and the retail sector. There have been interministerial consultations which are over. What is important is to realize that in India, we have our own complexities, we have our own challenges. We are a diverse country, subcontinental side. So the Indian model has to be distinctly Indian. You cannot just go and emulate that this was done in Spain or this was done in America or somewhere. It will be an Indian policy and an Indian approach. Our post-harvest losses are enormous. Fruits and vegetables in particular are perishable commodities. So being the second largest producer in the world, close to 240 million tons of production of vegetables and fruits. If our post-harvest losses are 35 to 40%, this is an unacceptable situation which has to change.
And you think FDI and multi-brand retail will perhaps take care of some of
that. More important than that is how much of investment goes in the back end. We have allowed 100%.
That's right.
That is already permitted. You have to first create the infrastructure. The front end can only become viable once the back end is in place.
That's right.
And that is what the focus and emphasis has been. But we have to attract more FDI to finance the building of a value chain.
When you say this is one route to correct it, do you think the timing is right to attract FDI and multi-brand retail? Perhaps because, the right noises are being made. The budget spoke about it. The economic survey spoke about it. Various reports suggest that, perhaps this is the right thing to do. But according to somebody who's going to spearhead this effort, do you think the timing is right?
When a consensus has been created, let's wait for what the recommendations are now. These are after collating the stakeholders' consultations and all the inputs. I don't think you need an astrologer. If you have to take a policy decision, India should have taken...
How soon will we expect you to take the policy decision?
I can't say, but as I am saying that it is engaging the attention of the government at the highest level, we are keen that some steps are taken. Otherwise, we will be lagging behind. As I said that the Indian model will take into its embrace the Indian ground realities, social complexities, and therefore, being a very populous and diverse country, Indian approach has to be different, but it has to be a correct approach which addresses some of the larger concerns of our economy, particularly the agricultural economy.
That's a very fair point, sir, and I want to chew your brains a little further on the phrase that you used. You said the Indian model of FDI and retail has to be distinctly Indian. A fair point. You're taking into consideration what agriculture is going through. You're also taking into consideration the wastages in this economy. But could you expound on that further? When you say distinctly Indian, are you saying this could be in a phased manner? This could be different for cities? How is this really going to work?
I'm not going into details, but... phased, yes, it could be. But more importantly, it's a question of sourcing and job generation. We want production activity to be here. So it's the backward and forward linkages which should be created in India. I don't want retail to open up where the t-shirts or jeans or the made-ups come from outside India and are sold in the retail outlets. No, they should be, because India has the capacity, India has the potential. So India should become the base for those who invest in India, not only for this country. I'm not saying 100%, but to a large extent, so that it also becomes an exporting base. We want to generate jobs. We don't want to lose jobs, and we won't lose jobs. Or anybody who has those concerns they are either ill-informed or motivated, because people should look at the Indian realities and our approach. All those who are engaged in these exercises are addressing those concerns, are also very much sensitive to what India is about. It's not an individual. Policy formulation is a complex and calibrated process. There is an entire family of stakeholders and subject specialists, those who have domain knowledge, who are drawn into the process of policy formulation.